All right. Okay. User 579. Hey. No. Fourth term PM. Good night, sir.
Night. How are you, man?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
There, man. There.
Vegas, what's on your mind?
Well, what I heard, and I think we all are concerned about the mindset of the people and what we're trying to do to basically save them from themselves.
Yes.
But I think I've reached a point after seeing and after hearing what the PMP mission is and seeing the reaction of the people who follow the PMP.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm at a point where I believe that people who are in a poverty situation, I think they're going to stay there.
In a what situation? Sorry, in a what situation?
People are in poverty.
Poverty.
People are in poverty.
Oh.
The poor, right? The people who are quote unquote suffering. I think I've reached a point where just looking at what's happening, I think
you don't think that they can be. You don't think they can be helped.
I don't think there will ever be a Jamaica without a high rate of poverty. Because I think I've come to the point where I believe that people who claim that they are suffering do not want to be helped. Because for the life of me, I cannot understand how you still support any entity or anyone who you hear, putting forward information how to stop you from getting out of that situation. It's like,
but you don't think, Mr. Vegas, that it is deeper than that, that it's psychological, because the very people that were saying that were there telling the very people that it is the other side that if they were in power, that's what Mr. Campbell said. Mr. Man, the man we talk about Saltfish, that if Marky G were prime minister, things would have been better. You don't think that there is some mental, psychological manipulating of the people, a controlling of their thinking?
When will we take responsibility for our own interest and doing?
But education, Mr. Vegas, is an enlightener. Education helps you to think, not to be controlled. People who are not as educated, Mr. Vegas, they tend to be vulnerable, to manipulation.
You see, when I look at education, when I look at education and academia and reality, I look at education at times as being just relative. Yeah? Because when a man hungry, a man knows I'm hungry. When a man asleep on the tarpaulin, he knows he must sleep on the tarpaulin. When a man knows him not on a roof over him head, he know that. You see? How much more can I educate you to tell us, yo, you don't have no water in your pipe for 40 odd years. And if you see a man come to put the water in your pipe, you get rid of the man. You're an idiot. I don't need to go to school to learn that. I don't need to be quote unquote educated to know say that is nonsense I just did. I cannot hear people planning how to destroy me, and I run and go embrace the same people them and jumping up.
But then, Mr. Vegas, why do people stay in abusive relationships? If they're not fools, sometimes, Mr. Vegas, there's what you call trauma bonding, where
I understand Stockholm syndrome and things, but
right.
A lot of people stay.
And then Adam Smith spoke about the poverty of aspirations, where he's speaking about how your environment shapes how you are able to aspire. There's a lot of things here, sir. And when people use the carrot and they classically condition you over time, it's hard to break out,
Listen to me. If we look at classical conditioning and we look at the experiments, the experiment was done on objects or subjects that were stationed or programmed or confined without freedom. Yeah. So in case of the monkey and stuff like that. But look at this. we have to be careful how we conflate the two. Yeah, when it comes down to abuse and people who are living in poverty. Yeah? Some people who are being abused, let's say a woman have 5 pick for a man. Yeah? 5 children for a man. She knows say she'll get abused, but if she leave, hungry I go reach the children, them she stay because of the children, them. The man are the provider, so forth and so on. Yeah? Sometimes it's fear. Some people stay in relationships, abusive relationships, because they are fearful of what is going to happen to them. So we have to be careful when we conflate the two. What is happening here in Jamaica since I was a pitney is people who are living in shackles, people who are still doing popular, meaning defecating bags and spinning. People are still living in deplorable conditions, and they are carrying out the same chores constantly, the same activities, the same voting, the same diartedness, and it's not working out. So at some point, they have to realize that, this fire, this stove is hot. I can't put my hand on the stove and continue to get burned. There's no way, neighbor, no one can justify people hearing a voice note or messages leaked from the executive body of the PNP saying we will do things to jeopardize what is good for you, to rebuild your country, to rebuild your community, to prepare a better future for your children and still support the people who are planning to do that. That is a problem, neighbor.
Yeah, but remember now, Mr. Vegas, that you have tribes, and when you understand the whole concept of tribalism, tribes don't worry about nothing else but them tribe, They find their survival within their tribes, and so the existence of a tribe is all that many people thinks about. That is why I don't like this whole thing where people talk about me born PNP or me born Labour, right? You are born a human being, and you become through various means, whatever you choose to become. Because there are people who have unbecome Labour rights, and there are people who have unbecome PNP. Look at Julian Chang. She was a comrade, now she's a Labour right. That is it. But those people who are tribalists, Mr. Vegas, they're not going business with nothing else but them party. So as them concerned, the PNP, NEC is doing exactly what they would do.
Mm-hmm. But you see, a tribe, as I mentioned earlier on, yeah, the tribe that I think you're talking about.
Yes.
They say they fend for themselves and they basically survive. They know how to survive. They don't go and say the next tribe is stopping us from surviving, or look for means to survive from the other tribe. Yeah. So the problem here is you, neighbor, is blaming me for your condition. Yes, I am trying to help you, but the people who are causing your reality, you're embracing them.
Yeah, and I get your point. I absolutely, it is fascinating. But
it's crazy.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Sir, I still am surprised. Mind you, I understand the malignant influence of money on the last election. But when I see Vegas, the type of performance that was laid down by the Andrew Holness government, and see how the last election was fought, I'm concerned,
Very much.
I am concerned. You're talking about less about 10,000. Vegas, have you ever seen in Jamaica the type of performance, the type of government that is on display now?
Never.
And this is not you talking as a Labourite. This is you talking as someone who have some experience about Jamaica. You're an artist. You know about struggling Jamaica.
Listen to me, neighbor. When Warmington said that he was not going to give the PNP council whosoever did win that election in the local government, I burned a fire upon him too.
Aha. Yeah. Oh yes. That when he said that over in Olaba Bay.
Yeah, man. And I respected the Prime Minister then and for his action towards the situation. Yeah. So I'm not surprised though, because as me say, I think I come to the conclusion where I just accept Say people in Jamaica who are suffering over the years will continue to suffer because they put the party before themselves, before their interest. And that now going to change.
Not going to change, yeah.
Yeah,
You're, you're quite right about that, you know. In that regard, Mr. Vegas, how would you advise the Jamaica Labour Party to 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 approach its job as it moves towards the fourth term? I see where you are a strong proponent for the fourth term, because here you have a group of people that you will never convince them that they should vote Labour, but the electorate in Jamaica continues to be larger than those who turn out to the poll. What would be the strategy to break into those persons who are staying away from the polls?
Enough sensible people like me and you who will see beyond what they're trying to do. Who will not stay home and let the lady who went to the meeting, the town hall meeting, and jump up and touch off Mark Golden face and run around the room and say I was a go-go. And then the next day go back under the top rail and go live. Yeah, we will not stay home and say we now make she decide our future, our children's future. We going out to vote. We are going to canvass. We are going to we're going to hop from platform to platform. And if they kick out of the box, them if they disrespect we have a bigger situation at hand. We have a country to save and a set of people who we know say them people that them mean themselves well and the children and future depend on them. But we now gonna make the comrades them where now have no teeth, where in them 60s and still across Andrew Wellness, say it make them a suffer. Yeah. We now make them decide the future anymore. The days done when JBC or TVJ or 2 radio station and 2 TV station alone and we can't let our voices be heard. Because trust me, if we did not have the digital outlet now or this new technological era, that voice note would have been suppressed.
That's true.
You see?
That's true.
That would have been suppressed. And all the things they talk about Andrew and saying in thief money and him a criminal, that would have dominated the headlines.
That is true. Mr. Vegas, yeah, Jamaican for Justice today came out and said that the voice note is a disgrace. RJR, Dion Jackson Miller, she said that it's sick stomach. Vegas, don't you think that this is a positive sign in terms of at least one civic society group and one media personality that is putting or lending their support to the vast majority of Jamaicans that are saying shameless from the PNP?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice or 3 times, shame on me. Yeah? I'm not taking no argument or no talk or no outburst or no disgusting whatever they want to put out. So them disgust with the thing from Dion Jackson Miller, Jamaica for Justice, or any one of them, because guess what? This little thing that they might show to let us think that they are neutral. They are not neutral.
Oh.
They are not objective. They are not neutral. This is just so bad.
Oh.
Where if them sit and don't say anything, because you still have them bring out. I was listening to Dion Jackson Miller, and 2 of the persons who she was speaking to, they were saying, "Oh, but it's both parties do this type of thing, you know." And they wanted basically to generalize it. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want Dion Jackson Miller cannot give me no basket for carry water. Jamaica for Justice cannot give me no basket to carry water. All the civil groups in Jamaica cannot give me no basket to carry any water. This is just very bad. And they are going to look very, very bad in the public eyes. Yeah? If they don't say something about it. It's a bad week or a bad month or a bad 2 weeks for Mark Golden. He looked out of place in wherever they had a town hall meeting in Westmoreland. I think that meeting was more about letting Damian Crawford know him not stand a chance. But the Jamaican people who will bring this country forward and move this country forward, I think we have enough. But trust me, neighbor, I am telling you this again and before I go to bed. Jamaican people who have suffered for so many years and continue to suffer, they are going to continue to suffer. Many of them. Because they do not want better. Sizzla sing a song say, I'm going to take myself away because you don't know what's good for yourself.
Wow. Nice intervention from you, Mr. Vegas. Thank you so much. Excellent. Excellent. Can you imagine that though? An observation that look in the crowd at Mr. Golding's meeting and look at those people jumping up and shouting and carrying on. Look at that lady.